Good evening. Hello,
Good
Mrs.
evening,
Pitts.
good evening, Julie. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't
Good.
complain.
Oh,
Good
Mr.
evening,
Shaw.
everybody.
Hey,
Good
the
evening.
traffic.
How are you?
How
All
are you?
right, how's everybody?
The traffic
Okay.
wasn't bad, was it?
No, I got done work early.
Where were you coming in from, John? Philly?
15th and Cal Hill. Actually, I had to
Oh,
go back to our shop, which is over on Moore Street.
15th and Cal Hill. Oh, that's very congested at this time of the day.
Yeah, so I had to go from 15th and Cal Hill back to Moore Street,
Oh,
and then
Mm.
take 76 home.
yeah, you went south.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, you did good time. You made it good. Because
Yeah,
believe me, I know about 15th and Cal Hill.
yeah,
Especially again.
we're redoing a bridge deck over there.
Ah,
So I'm trying to get that wrapped up, and then I got to go over to 76 for a couple months and redo a couple of things over there.
Mm.
when you say 76, you mean over the expressway?
Over by the sports complex around
Yeah.
Pasadena Avenue and Pemrose Diner and
Yes.
that whole area. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah. I'll be there Saturday doing a latex pour on over Broad Street.
oh, good luck
Oh,
on that.
yeah.
Well, you know what? That area needs it. It really does.
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of work over there, signage and different things.
Uh-huh.
I'll be there for about 2 months once I'm done 15th and Cal Hill. Then I'm going over to Betsy Ross and
Okay.
doing a bunch of overpass decks.
So you're just hitting all the bridges, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, how about that?
yeah. I'll be running around for about 3 years doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so that's good news as it relates to our infrastructure.
Yes,
Oh yeah. Oh,
safety.
there's a bunch of stuff coming up.
Yeah. That's good news. I think maybe you should let us know about that, John. Well, no, seriously, because I know it's your job, but
Yeah.
still, the community could benefit from hearing with that, don't you think?
A little
Safety.
bit, yeah. As long as we're not
Sure.
talking about 42 and 295.
Oh, ah,
Thank God I'm not on that mess.
I traveled 295 back and forth to Trenton for almost 20 years. So,
Mm.
yeah.
I got a picture of that when it was falling down.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But today I actually got a message from the security guard over by Memorial Hall,
Yeah.
asking me why I'm not back with the company I was running work for. And I told her I left, and she's like, "Oh my God, no, 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 no." So she's a little unhappy that I left that company.
Oh.
You know what? I got a call. I don't know if anyone knows from New Jersey Health Department that they are doing vaccinations at
Uh-huh.
Inspira in Mullica Hill.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
I was surprised, and that you can set up an appointment. And
Oh.
they started yesterday. I said, I did not know that they would be calling people.
No,
Really?
that's
Yeah,
I know
and
I've gotten emails, but of course I've gotten both of my shots, but I did not know they'd be calling people.
I'm going to send this to everyone because it's the messages from New Jersey Department of Health advising you that the COVID-19 vaccine appointments available 4/13 through 4/16 at Inspira in Mullica Hill, and also the one in Vineland.
Oh,
I'm gonna send it to the group.
that's interesting because of course we have an Inspira here, right here in Sicklerville.
Yeah, but they're talking about the hospitals, the big
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see.
So I'm gonna send it to the two of you, and you can send it out. Because
Yeah, just
I would think everybody had this.
send it to all the board.
Yeah, let me send it to everyone.
Yeah, send it to the board.
I'm just surprised that they would do that.
Yeah, I'm very surprised too. But and at the same token, that's good. I think that's good.
Well, I volunteered last week at Rowan had theirs.
But the Rowan, the medical hospital?
No, they've been doing this. We had the one at Glassboro.
Oh,
Thursday. It was the Johnson and Johnson.
oh.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm. What kind of turnout was it? Long lines?
Well, it wasn't initially,
Uh-huh.
and then about 2:30, everybody found out they were taking walk-ins.
Yeah. Oh,
But it was nicely set up, and
good.
people were very thankful. So it was a good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it was good.
That was good. It was real good.
And my shift was over at, I think, 4:00, 4:30.
How long? What? How long were the hours? I mean, they were there.
From I think 8:00
Oh,
to 8:30.
oh,
Mhm.
that's a 12-hour day.
Yeah, so they broke us down into 4.5-hour shifts.
Okay, good. Getting the population vaccinated.
Mhm.
That's how we're going to beat this thing. Good evening, Dr. Poteet.
Good evening, Mrs. Spitz. How are you?
Okay, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Mr. Shaw,
Dr. Poteet, how are you?
good. Mrs. Peterson,
Oh, how are you?
I'm well. And yourself?
I cannot complain.
Good.
Dr. Poteet,
Yes, sir.
next week, I know we're supposed to schedule our athletic committee meeting.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna, I need to bump that time back because I've been working probably 10-hour days, 6 days a week. So if I can
Right.
bump that time back to 6:30, if that's all
Good.
right.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
And I need to ask Mr. Whitaker if he can send it, because I know he's been doing it the day of, if he can send it back just in case I get stuck in traffic and have to do the meeting on my way home.
Oh,
Because for some reason the traffic around University Avenue has been brutal.
that's not unusual, John.
No, I know. The week of
Well, Mr.
Easter
Shaw,
was
that
nice.
doesn't sound like it's too safe, though, either.
Well, having it on Bluetooth is easy.
Okay.
The world of Bluetooth makes everything a little bit easy.
Ah,
Yeah, having a truck with all that setup is real nice.
yeah. Oh, gosh. So when does your day begin, John? What time?
I wake up around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm
Mm,
out the door before around 5.
mm,
And I
wow.
go set up at the shop, and
Uh-huh.
then I'm usually on the site around 6:30, and we start work around 7.
Okay.
And then we finish somewhere between anywhere. It depends on how the day goes, between 3:30 and 5:30,
Okay.
depending on what we have to get done that day.
Mm-hmm. This is rain or shine, John?
Well, I'm crossing my fingers for tomorrow because if I get a phone call from the owner of the company tonight, then we might cancel tomorrow.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
So, but I still might have to go in anyway, like a lumber delivery for. I'm building a false bottom for that sidewalk on 15th and Callow Hill right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to finish that up, and then I can put rebar on that sidewalk, and then we can start thinking of pouring it.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Ms.
Good
Thomas,
evening, Ms. Moore.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Ms. Boyle. Good evening, Ms. Thomas.
Good evening.
and Ms. Moore's on, I believe, too.
Yes.
Yes, I said Ms. Moore.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she is.
I sent everyone a message that I received today, in case you know anyone. I text it to you.
Mm. Okay.
Ms.
let's-
Peterson,
Yes,
you referring to the vaccine message?
yes,
Okay, all right. Thank you.
yes. It's probably because I volunteered last week, then now they're sending me messages.
Haha. Well, resources, they're taking advantage of what resources that are available to them.
So if you have anyone, just send it to them.
Mrs. Pitts,
Yes, Dr. Poteet.
just wanted to give you a heads up on page 6, use of facilities.
Okay, let's see here.
The first one from the township, schools 1 and 5 for June
Yes.
8th.
Yes.
We can delete that.
Oh, delete that?
Yes, we received notification that they were able to secure other facilities and they no longer need schools 1 and 5.
Okay, but they will still be using school 4?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you can either delete it. We made that correction before we put the board report out to the community, so it's not in the public's board report.
Okay.
So we could either delete it or just table it, whatever, however you want to handle that.
I'll just, once we get started, I'll just, before I ask for a motion to approve that section, I'll just advise board members to delete it from the agenda.
Right.
Good evening, is that Miss McClendon? Board members, I have 629.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to send Mrs. Boyle, Miss Pitts,
What's that?
and because I've been so busy, I actually got notification from NJSBA that I got my certified board member certification.
Oh, congratulations.
Yep. I forgot to send it to her. I got it last week. The
Okay,
notification.
very good.
Mhm.
Moving right along. That's what we like to see.
hmm
Prove that it's real.
Good evening, Mr. Long.
Good evening.
Buddy.
Hopefully
Nice
that,
to see
that, that
y'all.
that rain we get tonight won't be the tears of your Phillies fans.
That's a shame.
Ah,
And then he's all full.
I see Mr. Blake has joined.
It's a great day in Winslow.
Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Blake.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
Okay, good. And yourself?
Oh my gosh, I'm good. My arm is still sore from that COVID shot. Oof.
Oh, when did you get it?
Saturday, my second dose.
Yes.
Wow.
Did
I got
you get the-
Moderna.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
that's
no
gonna
Johnson & Johnson here by no
happen.
means.
No, but that's gonna happen, Larry. That's your second one. That's gonna happen.
But I got it Saturday. It's Wednesday, and my arm is still tender. And I'm like, oh
Well,
god.
Well, it'll clear. trust me.
Yeah.
Okay. The good news is that you got it. And so, board members, I'm looking at 6:30.
Yes,
Are we
ma'am.
looking at
Yes.
6:30?
hmm
Yes,
And we at least have a quorum. So therefore, lights, camera, action. Good evening, Winslow. Good evening, board members, administration. And welcome to the Winslow Township Board of Education's regular meeting. Today is Wednesday, April 14th, 2021, and we are live streaming. Public notice of this meeting was given to all board members and associates, and notices dated February 1st, 2021. Adequate and electronic notice of this public meeting has been provided, specifying the time, the place, and the manner in which this meeting is being conducted. It was advertised in the Courier Post, posted in all schools, the administration office, the municipal building, the library, the Bud Dubel Center, Edgewood Acres, Elmtown, and the Winslow Township post offices. And this is our mission statement. The mission of the Winslow Township School District, a large, diverse, and growing community, is to educate all students to become independent, lifelong learners, critical thinkers, and caring and confident members of their community. The district, in partnership with the community and in a climate of cooperation and mutual respect, will provide an academic environment which values excellence and diversity, encourages all students to strive for personal excellence, and assist them in acquiring the knowledge, skills, and attitudes necessary to contribute positively to a rapidly changing world. Roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Present.
Ms. Dredden,
Here.
Ms. Martin,
Ms. Martin will be absent this evening.
thank you. Ms. McClendon,
Present.
Ms. Moore,
Present.
Mr. Shaw,
Present.
Ms. Thomas,
Present.
Ms. Peterson,
Present.
and Ms. Pitts.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Board members will take a few minutes at this time to recite our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
The flag
of
Flag.
the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to just read over our 2020-2021 district goals. We have 3 of them. Number 1, student achievement. Number 2, continue to foster a positive school environment. And number 3, market our strengths. Under number 1, student achievement, we are going to continue to implement the best practices for delivering instruction to students, utilizing all available and appropriate instructional modes, which shall include A, ensuring articulation at all grade levels throughout the district. B, focus on classroom instruction at all grade levels. C, ensuring all students have equal access to equipment and resources needed to facilitate and promote student learning in any setting. Yes, and this really applies, especially in this time in which the pandemic we're going through. Number D, evaluation and updating all district programs. And E, accountability of all district staff. Second goal, continue to foster a positive school environment that is conducive to teaching and learning. And we plan to do that by continuing to focus on building relationships among staff that will result in increased learning and more effective instruction, promoting creative instruction, that is training and retraining, continue with an emphasis on collaboration with all district stakeholders, continue to promote cultural competence throughout the district, continue our teachers to student relationships, and continue our student to student relationship. And our third district goal for the period of 2020-21 is that we are marketing our strengths and achievements to all stakeholders to increase capacity for greater parent caregiver community support by number A, continuing with our public relation marketing plan. B, continue to work with the various advisory committees in the district. And C, continue to examine communication methods utilized by the district. Those are our goals. Moving down, board members, I'm at the top of page 2. Dr. Poteet, any awards or presentations this evening?
There are no awards and presentations this evening, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Poteet. Moving now to correspondence. Ms. Boyle, would there be any correspondence this evening?
No, Madam President, we have no correspondence.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Moving now, board members, I'm asking at this time for a motion to approve the following minutes of the Board of Education's regular meeting, which was held on March 24th, 2021, open session.
Peterson, move for approval.
Dredden second.
Been moved by Ms. Peterson and second by Ms. Dredden. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Yes.
Ms. Dredden,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon, I did not hear.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Bull. Moving now, board members, I am asking for a motion to approve the following minutes of the Board of Education's virtual town hall meeting that included a budget hearing that was held on March 17th, 2021, open session. Is there a motion?
Peterson, move for approval of the minutes of the Board of Education virtual town hall meeting and budget.
Dredden second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Yes.
Ms. Dredden,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Bull. Moving now to our committee board reports. Would there be a report out of our athletic committee?
Not tonight. But I would like to thank the Winslow Township, believe it's the girls travel soccer team. They reached out after the last board meeting and have been in contact with myself and the athletic committee about their tryouts. So they are following through with the collaboration aspect that we're trying to excuse me, unfold with the school district and the youth sports. So we will be, I'll be following up with them. I haven't had time in the last couple weeks, so they can expect an email. I know Ms. McClendon had sent something back to them, so I will be following up with them hopefully this weekend. Because I know they have tryouts up until I believe it's May 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will be following up with them. I believe it's Terry Harris, and I forget their president's name. So I'll be following up with them this weekend.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Any questions for Mr. Shaw? Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Moving now to, would there be a report out of our education committee?
No, Madam President, but we will be meeting this coming Tuesday, April the 20th at 3:00 via WebEx.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Moving now to our equity equality committee. Would there be a report?
I don't have a report, but I do have a comment.
Okay.
Madam President, the people that are on my committee, which is Ms. Peterson and Ms. Thomas, we have not met, but however, the committee, I'm trying to say it in a way where it's not like crazy, but we are going to kind of fall back a little bit. This committee will only function if there is a concern from our community about things that are going on in any of the social justice issues. So if the people in the community have issues with things that are going on as far as LGBTQ or disabilities, I want you to reach out to the committee, and you have my email address, which is on the school district's website, and we will have a conversation about that, and we will bring recommendations to the board. So I don't have a report, but our committee is going to be kind of dormant for now.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Blake. That's good information to know. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Blake? Because I think he made it very clear. Moving now, would there be Would there be a report out of our marketing committee?
Yes, Madam President. So as I begin my report, just wanted to make a correction real fast on the dates to the board as well as to our administration. So the marketing team met on April 13th and not the 14th. So I want to make that correction. And so meeting was called to order at 5:02 p.m. Via WebEx. Attendees were Mr. Blake, Ms. Moore, Dr. Potee, and myself, Ms. McClendon. So we started our meeting off by recapping our events for the month of March, which was our town hall meeting and our Women's History Month. We wanted to take a look at what worked, what didn't work, what was effective, any changes moving forward, especially with our next town hall. So we wanted to talk about that first, just to get an idea of how we felt the town hall went. How about the Women's History Month, and just kind of regroup if we needed to, and just, you know, take what we learned during those events and move forward for the future. We then moved to our unfinished business, which, of course, you know that we're working on the 20th anniversary for when it became Winslow. You know, we want to celebrate Winslow with a touch of Edgewood. So originally the committee was thinking along the lines of a virtual event, maybe with a panel. However, we thought a little bit more about it, and so we're taking a different direction now with the celebration. So not a lot to tell you, or at this point, because we're still planning. However, I will say that this year's homecoming will look a little different this year. Want everybody to, of course, keep your eyes on our Facebook page, because notification of different things will be coming out there as well. So just wanted to update you about the 20th anniversary. New business, we talked about Teacher Appreciation Week. We are aware that it is coming up in the month of May, from May 3rd to May 7th. Again, you know, we have some ideas that will be flowing through for teacher appreciation. So if you haven't liked our Facebook page, like it so that you won't miss out on any special treats that will be coming regarding our Teacher Appreciation Week. Another thing that we started looking at doing under new business is we wanted to spotlight our current Winslow Honor Roll students from our first and second marking periods. So we're still in the works of doing that. And we also wanted to kind of spotlight our past Winslow graduates who have received or who have achieved Dean's List at their prospective college or university. So if anybody noticed today, we did start doing that. So we did post a listing of our Dean List achievers today on our Facebook page. We also put it on Proud Parents, Winslow Talk, both the original and the second Winslow Talk. So that's something that we have already started. So if you have a child that graduated from Winslow and you weren't able to submit their name for the Dean's List, definitely let us know, because, you know, we will probably have another spotlight of that coming up. And if you could send a message to Miss Cindy Moore. Miss Moore, she's the marketing member that will be handling that part of it. So if you missed out and you're saying, oh, my child name wasn't represented, it's because we don't know. So in order for us to put the information out there, you need to provide it to us. So we're asking parents, community members, if you know of some of our Winslow graduates that are achieving high accolades within college, please inform us so that we can recognize them. Our next meeting is scheduled for April 27th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Our meeting was adjourned at 6:45 p.m. And that is my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. McClendon. Any questions or comments for Ms. McClendon?
Ms. McClendon,
Yes, Mr. Shaw.
make sure Miss Moore spotlights her daughter, because her daughter is about to graduate Rider with like tremendous honors, and is about to start a graduate program at The Ohio State University. Fully funded.
Miss
Excellent.
Moore, you hear that, Miss Moore? So we will absolutely, because that's something to celebrate because she is Winslow proud.
Absolutely. All
I'm
right.
Miss Carissa Moore, and she does come back when she is home
yeah.
to visit. So she is definitely one
Excellent.
of our own. So we definitely want to continue to spotlight our own.
Well,
Thank
Ms.
you, Mr. Shaw.
McClendon, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Is this just for, are we spotlighting just current graduations or graduates, I'm sorry, or past graduates? Current and past?
So, Ms. Moore, can you add to this, Ms. Moore? Because I know you did the background work on it. Can you answer that for Ms. Madam President?
Yes, it's for current college students. So, pretty much class of 17 through 20.
Okay, that's what I
And-
needed to know. Okay.
Yes. So,
Excellent.
and my email address for anybody who wants to know is moorecy@winslow-schools.com. Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. McClendon.
Thank you, Madam President.
Moving now to Operations Committee. Operations Committee.
Yeah, sorry, Madam President. No, nothing at this time, but we will have our 27th of April
Okay,
for our regular board meeting.
okay. Thank you, Ms. Dredden.
You're
A
welcome.
policy committee meeting. Our policy committee meets on the fourth Thursday in the month. And I'm sorry, was someone speaking? No? Okay. I'm hearing some background conversation. Oh, I'm hearing my own echo. For the fourth of. Okay, is it safe? Okay, I'll try it again. The next policy committee meeting will be on April 22nd. Okay, only go. Ms. Boyle, is there anything that, okay, it seems as if.
If
it
you
might
try
be-
again, all the other mics are muted.
Okay,
Okay.
I just wanted to state that the next policy committee will take place on Thursday, April 22nd at 4 p.m. As long as we certainly do have policies that we will be reviewing. Dr. Carcamo, I need to know if that fits into your schedule.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Fitz, scheduled for our
Next,
policy meeting.
yes,
I think
Thursday,
that
April 22nd.
will be fine.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
And I'll remind our policy committee members.
Okay.
Okay, moving now, board members, our Citizens Advisory Committee, as you know, Ms. Martin is absent this evening. However, I would like to just mention an email that was sent to us from Mr. Ian Moran. And I think that this is certainly something that we can also give information out and promote. Mr. Moran, as you know, is a member of the Citizens Advisory Committee, but he's also heading up the Heart and Soul initiative here in Winslow, where the slogan is "We Are Winslow." And he sent us an email indicating that, and I'll read it to you. He says that the project is seeking to hire a project coordinator from the Winslow Township community. Who will be in charge of assisting their core team, that is the core team of Heart and Soul, in organizing long-term, ongoing community projects. The task will involve monitoring project plans, schedules, work hours, budget, expenditures, organizing, and participating in stakeholder meetings, and ensuring that project deadlines are met in a timely manner. This is a part-time position, and the position will be expected to be worked between a 10 and 15-hour work week at the rate of $25 an hour. Now, what I'm going to ask Dr. Poteet, if we could post that on our website and also on our Facebook page.
Okay,
Okay?
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Poteet. Okay, now, board members, that concludes our committee report. So therefore, we're going to move on to the top of page 3, and I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the superintendent's report that begins at the top of page 3 and follows through to the top of page 5. Is there a motion?
Peterson, move for approval of the superintendent's report.
Dredden, second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Yes.
thank you. Ms. Dredden,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Bull. Moving now, board members, to the business administrator board secretary's report. Before I ask for a motion on that, I would turn your attention to page 6, item number 9, under use of facilities. If you would just delete that totally. Okay?
Madam President,
Yes, Ms. Boyle.
yes, there were 2 items listed on there. We only omitted one. So the high school HSA has a request as well, and I believe that remains.
Yes, that remains. Oh,
Okay.
definitely, that remains. Just the use of facilities for the request for school, the use of schools 1 and school 5.
Thank you,
That's the
Madam
only,
President.
all right, thank you for that clarity. So therefore, board members, having said that, I'm asking for a motion to approve the business administrative board secretary's report that begins at page 5 and continues through. Let's continue that through to the bottom of page 9. Is there a motion?
Peterson, move for approval of the business administrative board secretary's report.
Dredden, second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Yes.
Ms. Dredden,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you. Moving now, board members, I'm at the top of page 10. I'm asking for a motion to approve the personnel report that begins and ends on page 10. Is there a motion?
Peterson, move for approval of the personnel report.
Dredden, second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Yes.
Ms. Dredden,
Yes.
Ms. McClendon,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Bull. Board members, I'm at the top of page 11, and I am looking at the addendum. There is no addendum for this evening. So we will move on to the Open Public Records Act request, Ms. Boyle.
Yes, Madam President, between the period of March 19th and April 1st of 2021, we did receive and responded to 5 requests. The first one came from Mr. Adam Sheridan, the chairperson of the Winslow Township Education Association Health and Safety Committee. He requested documents in reference to the air exchange rates for the HVAC system in all schools and offices where his members would work, specifications regarding the bipolar ionization systems, records from CM3 and other companies, that have performed work on our HVAC system from February 1st till present, and record of requested repairs and repairs made, new installations, and other maintenance of windows in all schools and work sites. Those records were approved and supplied to Mr. Sheridan. Ms. Nueva's second request, she wanted a copy of the contract for the superintendent and assistant superintendent. Those were provided. Number 3, Ms. Rebecca Nuevas, she wanted the number of teachers who had taken sick or personal days during 2021 school year, number of total days, number of substitutes utilized, and the times the classes were covered by other teachers. That information was provided and supplied. Number 4, Ms. Christy Renzulli requested technology purchases at the high school and middle school, list of equipment, learning applications, software and licenses, and also the cost, quantity, and date of the purchase, and indicate which department or school the equipment was intended to be used for, and identified if the equipment was purchased for student, classroom, or teacher staff usage. So those records were also supplied. And then the 5th one came from a gentleman from Tri-State Office, Mr. James Roberts. He wanted mailroom records for the 2020 tax year in relation to the poster meter lease agreement, and those records were also supplied.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Moving now to old business. Board members, would there be any old business to discuss at this time? Hearing none, I would just want to remind board members that we are in the whole period of time when we're beginning to work towards our superintendent's evaluation. And when we look at the calendar for the process, I want us to be aware that we will check with Dr. Poteet that at the next meeting, we're going to have a brief conference with him with regards to moving forward with his evaluation. Just wanted to mention that to you. Looking now, new business, would there be any new business, board members, that you would care to discuss at this time? Thank you. Hearing none, moving now to informational items. Board members, would there be any informational items that you would like to share at this time, Dr. Poteet?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board and community, I have several information items this evening. I'd like to start with our COVID update. The state of New Jersey is in the high range again, which is orange. The number of positive cases are up across the entire state of New Jersey. We presently have an 8.87 positivity rate in Camden County. Camden County had 212 new cases today, which brings the total to 45,474 cases. Winslow Township had 11 new cases today, which brings our total to 3,449 cases. Unfortunately, the total fatalities in Camden County is 1,144, and the total casualties here in Winslow Township is 89. We again are asking everyone to continue to be vigilant, stay safe, and follow all of the safety precautions as it pertains to COVID-19. The third marking period ended today, and for the next couple days, we will continue with our fourth marking period. However, starting on Monday, the fourth marking period begins for our hybrid students who will be joining the hybrid model of instruction starting Monday, April the 19th. Transportation information was mailed on Monday. I know some parents, families received their information today. You should expect it tomorrow, no later than Friday. That information, of course, will indicate your bus stops and times for pickup and drop off. We also have our hybrid enrollment numbers. I would like to give that information to you according to the schools. The high school hybrid model, the hybrid enrollment at the high school, 296 students, middle school, 321 students, School 6, 240 students. School 5, 278 students. School 4, 269 students. School 3, 253 students. School 2, 176 students. And School 1, 172 students, for a total of 2,005 students who will be participating in our hybrid model starting Monday, April the 19th. Of course, those numbers include the students who are already in our hybrid instructional model and those who just recently registered. One of the issues I would like to raise today, because as we go into the fourth marking period, this becomes a major conversation for us. The student failure rate as a result of attendance, not logging in, lack of or refusal to participate in class is concerningly high. Parents have been contacted numerous times throughout the school year. As you well know, I've been giving information on the number of house visits that our attendance officer has been making, the number of letters that have been mailed, phone calls have been made. Some parents still have not responded to us. We've continued to make door-to-door deliveries of letters during the winter and of course during the spring break. And at this time, we have several young people who have not and continue to not log in or participate in class. And they put the teachers in a position where they have no other choice but to give them a failing grade. As we move into the fourth marking period, I do not anticipate that anyone whose child is in this situation to inform me or members of the board that they were not aware of this situation. So as we move into the fourth marking period, I'm encouraging all parents, particularly those of you who have been contacted, and all parents, so we don't let up. This is the fourth marking period. We're down to the last 2.5 months of school. Please do not stop participating. Make sure your children are continuously logging in, doing their assignments, turning their assignments in, and participating during classwork as well as homework assignments. As a result of what we are already able to see, particularly attendance-wise, we are looking at providing a summer school this year, free of charge to our students. And again, trying to help to address some of the issues. However, this summer school will not be for those students who are failing as a result of attendance. Attendance has never been an option where students can go to summer school. These are for students who are failing as a result of academics and have continued to participate. So we are obligated. We're going to use some of the federal monies that have been provided to us as directed to help those youngsters who are at the greatest risk of failure, to provide an in-person summer school program this year for those students. We believe that in-person summer school is more impactful. The virtual situation is one that we found in many situations have not been as successful for those students who have not taken advantage of the virtual programs. However, there are a couple issues that we will anticipate with a summer program. We like to do it, as I mentioned, face-to-face because we believe that we're moving in that direction come September. We believe that students should be face-to-face so that we can address whatever their issues are in addition to the academic program. The two issues that we anticipate is one, whether or not we would have enough teachers. We will be posting those opportunities in the very, very near future to see if we can get enough teachers to accommodate our needs. Then on the other hand, in past summer programs, whether it's for credit recovery or just remediation, we've had a situation where students just will not attend. So we are going to encourage all parents, if you receive a letter or contact from the building principal or teachers encouraging your child to participate in this summer academic program, please encourage your children to attend because again, this is another opportunity for us to address our failure rate so that we do not have students who are being retained. Again, we feel that because of the tutoring program we've offered during the course of this year, teachers had opportunities during their schedules to do additional tutoring at the end of the school day. But one of the situations we're finding is that the students have not taken advantage of those opportunities. So again, we're going to try to provide an academic in-person summer school. Are there any questions before I move forward?
Yes, Dr. Potee, I have
Yes.
a question, but I would like to say something. So the information that you just provided us regarding students failing because of attendance, for me,
Yes.
I must say that I am very disappointed to hear that. I know that we have made many pleas out to parents, you know, to make sure your child logs on for school. And I know that remote learning has been rough and tough on our students. And I could say I know because I have a student in the district. So I know it's been tough for our students to really get engaged and want to be on the computer all day. However, parents, we need to be that light for our students to encourage and motivate them to understand the importance of education. And not attending school only hurts them in the long run. And so for the report to come back to say that we still have students not logging on, to me, I feel like we as parents, that's our responsibility to make sure our students are going to class, are logging on. So for me, it's a very disappointing point of information that Dr. Potee just stated. But again, we need to be that encouraging. No one can motivate our kids like we can. And that's one of our jobs as parents. We need to take that initiative and explain and remind our children the importance of education. That's their only job. Their job is to go to school and to learn so that they can do better than their parents to be successful. So, I mean, I just wanted to touch on that, Dr. Potee, because when you said that, it kind of, you know, it made me a little sick to my stomach, knowing that we have students that are failing because they are not logging on, working remotely. We provided the tools and the resources for you to use. And if you haven't reached out to us to let us know there's a situation, we can't help you if you don't let us know that there's something else going on. So that's it. I just wanted to say that.
And Mrs. McClendon, I can appreciate your comments because you know, and we've been stating month after month, all the contacts. Mr. Mills meet with me every day. We talk about attendance. Even over the spring break, Mr. Mills is making deliveries. Some parents won't even answer the door, won't get back to us. The tutoring program that we have provided across the district, they're not taking advantage of it. Teachers have time at the end of their day. Students aren't taking advantage of that. We're going to do a free summer school. Mrs. McClendon, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't know what else we can do as a school district. You've given us, as a board, the administration, the direction to reach out, and it is concerning for me. And as we move into the fourth marking period, the numbers of the students who are taking advantage of our hybrid model is less than half. Most of the parents have decided, and that is their choice, to keep their children home. But in being home, we were expecting them to at least log in and participate. And at this point, The teachers have made it very clear to their principals. Principals have made it clear to Dr. Carcamo and myself that they don't know what else to do. And we're putting our teachers in a situation where, as difficult it is for them, you know, they don't know what else to say. They don't know what else to do. And they're asking, you know, what else can we do? And at this point, unfortunately, I don't know what else, but we're going to continue to try. And let me move on to a brighter note.
Wait, Dr. Boteet, before you move on to the as far as the summer program,
yes, sir.
is that, what grade levels is that? Is that
We're going to
K to 12?
do district-wide. We're going to do district-wide summer program. And again, it depends on, you know, staff availability. You know, we have the teachers we can offer. The number of teachers will either minimize or expand what we're able to do. For the upper grades, particularly high school, middle school, English and math will be the subject we offer, because in order for you to move forward, that English language arts, mathematics courses are going to be important. So the program is from first grade through 12th grade. And hopefully those youngsters whom we've already identified who are at risk of failing will take advantage of that program.
And do they necessarily have to be risk of failing to participate?
Well, for the most part, because we can't accommodate everybody, you know, so you got to look at those youngsters who are at the greatest need at this point, Mr.
And is it just the month of July? Is it 4 weeks, 6 weeks?
We are working on the particulars at this point.
Okay, got it.
I'll be able to give the board more particulars as we move forward, particularly with the staffing. We would like to do 4 or 6 weeks, but that hasn't been determined at this point.
Got it.
The only thing we want to do is try again, let the community know we're trying to get ahead of it. So you'll know that those services are there. We understand the difficulties, but the district, again, want to put ourselves in a position, do the things that have been asked of us by the state and the federal government with those additional dollars to help enhance not only educationally, but the social emotional aspect. So we're going to do what we can, Mr. Blake, members of the board and the community, to help out as much as we can. But Mrs. McClendon, I think you hit the nail on the head. We can only do but so much. Our arms can only extend as far as it can into the community. We need to be met halfway by our parents. We did have a donation by one of our parents who did not want to be acknowledged. The parent gave 20 sets of uniforms to schools 3 and 5. Just felt the need to want to do something, and I can appreciate that. So we want to acknowledge at least the donation that was made, but the person did not want us to acknowledge her for making that. And excuse me, it was a teacher, I'm sorry, it was a teacher who made that donation and did not want it to be acknowledged. Again, I know we got a lot of good people out there, and we have good teachers out there who wanted to make a contribution to our students. All right. The school district also would like to provide family engagement packets for our most needy students. Those packets will include reading, writing, mathematics materials, in backpacks, school supplies for those students that we know do not have the resources at home, particularly over the summer months, so that they don't lose any more, whether they're participating in the summer program or not. The bottom line is we want to give parents an opportunity to have some resources. Again, trying to look at those needs and provide some resources for those needs has been directed by our state and federal government. But again, I want to thank the administration, Dr. Carcamo, for continuously looking at those needs and coming up with ways to address them as we move forward. The state assessment, as we've been talking about that over the past couple of months, you know, the New Jersey Department of Education had asked for a waiver. They did receive a response from the United States Department of Education, and it was over the spring break. And they responded that because the state does have an alternative assessment available, they don't necessarily have to waive the assessment, but the state will be able to use their own assessment. So the New Jersey Student Learning Assessment that we normally have has been canceled. The state will use their own assessment this year. And that assessment in English language arts, math, and science. And let me see, the state referred to their assessment as Start Strong. So we have an opportunity to implement that Start Strong assessment this fall in math and language arts and science in September 13th, 2021 to October the 22nd, 2021. So the New Jersey state assessment has been canceled. The state will use their alternative assessment, the Start Strong, this fall. However, they did not waive the assessment for our English language arts students and our special education students. So the DLM, which is the dynamic learning maps, which is assessment for special education students, that is still on for this spring. Will be starting April the 5th through June the 11th. And the assessment, which is access for our English language arts students, that will also begin April the 5th through June the 11th. And this assessment will be done in person for those students. This will be in-person assessments. We will be making arrangements with those parents to come in to have those assessments done. And if there's any issues with transportation, please let us know so we can, hopefully help you with getting to that testing date. So that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the assessments. We are going to continue to move forward. But again, those assessments is English language arts, math, and science, starting in September with the state's alternative assessment. I've been in conversation, of course, with Dr. Carcamo and Mr. Morella. We are planning for graduation indoor and outdoors. Of course, that is contingent upon the community spread of the virus, but we are planning either way. Hopefully, we're in a position where we can have an outdoor graduation for these young people. But again, as I continue to say repeatedly, contingent upon the community spread of the virus. All right. The prom. The prom is still scheduled for May the 7th at Lucian's Manor. Tickets are on sale at the high school. So if any seniors, juniors out there interested in participating in the prom, we're asking that you secure your tickets at the high school. Last but not least, and this is a very important announcement, one that will not be minimized through any stretch of the imagination. The middle school has been nominated and have received and has been awarded the 2021 United States Department of Education Green Ribbon School Award. That national award, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very important. We are one of two schools to represent the state of New Jersey. It will be announced publicly on Earth Day, which is Thursday, April the 22nd, by the Secretary of Education, Dr. Cardona. The schools will receive their awards at an in-person ceremony on September the 28th, 2021 in Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that's a tremendous accomplishment, not only for Winslow Township School District, but of course, Winslow Township Middle School, this entire community. And I want to take this opportunity to personally congratulate Ms. Stella Wanguma,
Oh, yeah.
outstanding principal at Winslow Township Middle School. I want to congratulate her green team. They have over 30 staff members who are on their green team who've been creating and implementing all of these projects that are going on at the middle school. And of course, I want to congratulate all the staff members because in the middle school, sustainable lessons are done across the curriculum in every classroom at that middle school. And of course, I want to congratulate and thank our students at the Winslow Township Middle School for a job well done. I also want to say to Mrs. Pitts, members of the board, of course, Mrs. Dredden for the capital projects, the district played a role in this in that we have done a lot of sustainable energy saving kinds of projects with our solar panels, our recycling programs, replacing windows, all those kinds of things added to, contributed to those awards, as well as our food service program, maintenance, the entire school district. But the congratulations and the credit goes to Ms. Stella Wanguma, her green team, those staff members, the students at the middle school. What a tremendous accomplishment for this school district and this community. So I just want to, on behalf of the administration and the board, congratulate Ms. Wanguma, her staff and students for a job well done.
Yes.
That concludes my information items for this evening.
Well, Dr. Poteet, no better note to end on than that. That is just tremendous. And I know that I think it was Mr. Blake who also always says Winslow proud. We're Winslow proud. Indeed, we really and truly are Winslow proud.
No, I say it's a great day in Winslow.
And that too, that too, that too. It is a great day, Mr. Blake in Winslow. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Mrs. Pitts, the reason it is such an accomplishment for us, if you just think back a few years where that middle school was prior to Mrs. Wanguma, the cloud, I mean, that school has not only won a national award, statewide awards, tri-state awards, academic awards. I mean, we have come a long way, and for the middle school to be in the position they're in now, the only thing I ask the board to do, that in celebration for this fantastic accomplishment, we have to do something celebratory for that middle school. We have to.
McClendon, you hear that, Miss McClendon?
Yeah, we have to do something.
I'm already there. I'm already there.
We have to do something special.
Looking forward
for them. And I told Miss Wanguma when she won the state award, I said, now, Miss Wanguma, if we win that national award, we have to get a banner big enough for the side of that building so everybody can see. But we really need to do something special for the middle school, the staff and students for that accomplishment. And as I said before, you cannot minimize that accomplishment because we may have an opportunity to go down and see President Biden in Major, and hopefully he don't bite us while we're down there. But to have our school district represented before the Secretary of Education is a tremendous accomplishment. And yes, if it sounds like I'm overwhelmed and joyful about it, absolutely, absolutely. So congratulations and thank you.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Poteet, we can only say that with regards to your previous announcement, information that you told us all about our students who are failing because of attendance, I would just say to all of them, don't you want to be a part of this? This is your district. Don't you want to be able to say that, yes, you are a student, you are a part of a nationally acclaimed district? So to the parents and also to the students, please, let's change those numbers. Let's change those figures, district, on that that lack of attendance. And so before I move into public comment,
No, I had a couple comments, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. That's fine.
Okay, so I wanted to congratulate the new Winslow Township Education Association officers. Mr. Adam Sheridan is the president, Mrs. Maria Clark is the vice president, and Stacy Warden, I believe, is treasurer.
Okay.
Last week, Ms. McClendon and I attended the National School Board Association conference. It was very interesting. My favorite thing of all was Leslie Odom Jr., who you may know from Hamilton. He did sing a couple songs besides speaking.
Oh, nice.
So one of the other keynote speakers was Soledad O'Brien. You may remember her.
Yes.
So some of the workshops I attended that I just found really, really interesting were future-ready schools require future-ready boards. And we found out later that we both attended that, and it was really interesting. A lot of good information, which, you know, I'm going to type up and share with the board. Another one was transformative leadership during uncertain times. Public school transformation now, access, equity, and innovation for each child. How school boards and local district governance affect student success. And one of the other ones I really enjoyed was resilience can be taught, 10 proven strategies to motivate any student. So I will be sharing that, and I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to attend.
Oh, Ms. Moore, that is just terrific. And that's one of the really big significant opportunities that we have as board members, that we were able to attend that national conference whereby we can connect and network with board members from across these 50 states and beyond. So that is just a great way of adding to our store of knowledge. And before I go into our public comments, speaking about adding to our store of knowledge, I know that we all live in a certificated society. And certainly as an educational student, institution, we understand the value of diplomas and degrees and certificates. Certainly we even require our teaching staff to be certificated. And so too, that also says that it lends itself to our board members. I'm saying all that to say that I would like to congratulate Mr. Shaw, because Mr. Shaw has attained his board certification, and that is not an easy thing to do. And so we lead, ladies and gentlemen, by example, And so Mr. Shaw, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, board, moving now.
Madam President, I had two informational items. So first, I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of Dr. Potee and commend our middle school green team staff and students. I had the opportunity to attend the Facebook Live climate change that occurred on March 31st. And of course, Dr. Potee mentioned that now we are officially awarded the green ribbon for 2021. And it gave, our young people were actually doing a Facebook Live. They shared their thoughts on climate change and how it impacts. So for me, it was definitely a proud moment because it was hosted by the NJSBA. And to see our school on the limelight like that, of course, they knew Winslow was present because I was all in the chat, you know, saying, yeah, Winslow. But I just want to say, congratulations to the green team at the middle school. You know, it's a good feeling to see our school on the map. And Dr. Potee couldn't have said it any better, you know, that we hold our head up high. And especially when, you know, we hear negative feedback about our district and our students. But it's these special occasions or these things that come about that remind us why we're Winslow proud. And, you know, these are the things that we can share with people to let them know, okay, why you're saying this, let me give you some factual information about what we're doing. So it was definitely an honor to be present during that time and just to see us being on the map as being in the spotlight among other schools that could have been there, but it was Winslow in the house on that day. So I definitely want to thank Ms. Wanguma and the green team over there at the middle school. My second informational point, okay, I'm about to do a little PR, Madam President, because I think it's needed. So
That's fine.
high school yearbook. I've been watching it, listening to the plead that's coming from Miss Mullen and I want to say is it Christ or Christ? I'm not sure exactly the pronunciation, so I apologize in advance. But there seems to be a concern that we have a lot of empty pages in this yearbook. So I'm going to do a little PR to the parents right now. Parents who have seniors, there is a need for your senior pictures to be put in the high school yearbook. They are asking for senior quotes. Right now, there's only 20% of our senior class participating with senior quotes. 6 pictures for student awards, for standout awards out of 50 students. So parents, you may not know because it seems like a lot of information is going through our students. And sometimes when it goes to our students, it goes like this, doop, doop, and out the other ear, right? So it never reaches the parents. So I am making a plea right now for our senior parents to submit those senior pictures. The coordinators of this project is probably, you know, losing their mind right now because they want this to be successful, especially during this time, but they're not getting the support needed. We're going to have a yearbook this year with no pages, and we don't want to see that happen. So I'm asking senior parents, get those pictures in to the coordinators for the yearbook so that we can make this year as we close on a good note, especially for our seniors. So please, 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 let's fill those pages up. Thank you.
Okay.
I wanted to piggyback on that and ask if there was a way to maybe do a robocall to contact the parents because, you know, like she said, the kids a lot of times don't even tell the parents what's going on. So I'm not sure how else we could reach them to make sure they're getting this information.
That's a good idea, Ms. Moore. Dr. Potee, is that something we can?
Yeah, but it is definitely something we can do, but I don't want to assume that Mr. Morella haven't already reached out to the parents.
My understanding is that he hasn't.
Okay, well, it's doable. And I think we will target those seniors, target the high school. I will touch base with Mr. Morella tomorrow and see if we can help out with that process. That's not a problem.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Dr. Potee. We need to get a little push in there to get those photos in so that we can have a good 2021 senior class yearbook.
All right.
Dr. Potee, this is Dr. Carcamo. Mr. Morella sent an email out to all of the parents and the students. We even scheduled times for the students to come to the school to have their pictures taken. So Mr. Morella has made an effort to get the students in.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Carcamo.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments before we go into our public comment portion? Okay. Thank you, board members. The Winslow Township Board of Education highly values the input of citizens in making important decisions that affect the children of our community. We also believe in the rights of citizens to observe our board meetings, to ensure that all citizens have the opportunity to attend and to join us at in our school board meetings and offer comment, and to ensure that the board can conduct the important business of the district. We ask that speakers follow these guidelines for making public comments. And then I would say that, again, to all who would call in, please be mindful of background noises, and please be mindful to mute wherever you can so that we can minimize any background noises so that we can very clearly hear you when you call in. The board president or secretary will recognize those individuals in the audience who call in to make comment. Please respect these following procedures. Number one, all members of the public attending school board or calling into our school board meetings must treat each other and the board with respect. Number two, please state your full name and address. Number three, please limit your comments to 4 minutes. Number four, please submit any other additional questions you may have to the Board of Education with your name, address, and telephone number where you can be contacted. Your questions will be answered within a reasonable amount of time. And number five, individuals offering citizen comment are not permitted to make personal attacks on any district employee, any board member, or other call-in member of the public. At this time, board members are asking for a motion to approve our entering into public comment.
Peterson moved for approval to enter into public comments.
Dredden second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you. Ms. Boyle, we are now in our public comment portion. Is anyone in line?
The line is clear currently, Madam President.
Okay, all right. We'll give it a few minutes. I'm hoping that everyone had a great Easter, even though I know the Easter Bunny looked kind of funny with his mask on, but certainly I'm sure that he was hopping around with his mask. I'm hoping.
Madam President, the Easter Bunny blessed me with some ham.
Oh, listen, why didn't you call me? Oh my goodness.
He blessed me with some ham. I said, thank you, Easter Bunny.
Yes, yes. That was a nice Easter Bunny, Mr. Blake. Well, he blessed me with my favorite jelly beans. So I was jelly bean happy. I'm sure I'm still on the sugar high, but I was jelly bean happy.
The room is still empty. I'm confirming with technology.
Okay.
Ms. Pitts.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Boyle.
Mhm.
Well,
So while we're waiting, I just wanted to clarify something, and I'm not sure if Dr. Carcamo and I are talking about the same thing. I think that what she may be referring to has to do with senior portraits. I may be wrong, but I know that the parents have been, that the school has been asking students to send in the other photos that Ms. McClendon spoke about, which is, it's totally different than making appointments for senior portraits. So I may be wrong, but I think they're two different things we're talking about here.
Well, we're going to make the robocall and address it anyway, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Madam President, technology has confirmed that my eyes are good. I'm not wrong. The room is still empty. I don't have callers in.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Bull, on that note, I'm going to ask board members for a motion to adjourn our public comments.
Peterson moved for adjournment of public comments.
Dredden second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. All in favor? Any nays? At this time, board members, having concluded our agenda, I'm therefore going to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting of the board. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for adjournment.
Dredden second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you, board members, and please have a safe and wonderful weekend. We will see you next time.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.